Okay, everybody, welcome to the Hardy Bark Internet Broadcast Network.
Yay!
Hey, Judy, and from
Great.
the state of the art studios, don't laugh,
Won't.
they're
Not
impressive.
funny.
They're impressive.
Not funny.
Located in Round Rock, Texas. And we begin, and Judy is the first of our next 20 shows we're doing Thursday nights. I now do Tuesday and Thursday, so I got my plate full.
Yes, you do. And
But
that's
you know
good.
what? We love this because we get to cover Austin business. All right. And this Thursday night show, as a matter of fact, Judy, starting next week, is going to have its own group page, just like my other one. And we're going
Excellent.
to call it a new name and have two different broadcast groups going.
That's
And that's
awesome.
the one you're the sponsorship on. And so, um, and that reminds me, if you guys want to jump in and sponsor the Thursday night show, I've got some slots open. Judy is her county line equestrian is one of them, and Charles Schuler, home inspector, and I'm moving some from over from the other site, and I'm sure some of them I just hadn't had time with everything that's been going on,
Hmm.
right, to jump in. And I don't know if y'all can hear this. I can't hear it when I click on it, but last time I did this, it worked on the outbound end, so I just hit the applause button, and so I don't know if it's working on my end or not because for some reason, Judy, I can't hear them back through my earphones, but that's good. So anyhow, welcome and thanks for being a sponsor. And as always, before we get started, you've done a show with me before, but we might have some new listeners tonight, right? So first thing I like to do, Judy, is introduce you and let's give them the website where they can find you. Let's do that right at the top. So if anybody coming in on the archive part of the show, we'll be able to go check out your website too. So you know your website?
I do.
I'm just kidding with you.
Been a long day, but
It
I
looks
know
really good.
that.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm Judy Gibney, owner operator of County Line Equestrian Center. Our website is www.countylineequestrian.com. It's really a cool website, and we're in the process of um, refining it a little bit with more information, and it's an easier access site than it was
A
um,
week ago.
a week ago. And I'm really delighted because I'm getting a tremendous response
Yes, you are.
um, due to those changes, and it is easier to
Get around.
manipulate, to get around that.
Your web person's really cool. I dealt with them because we were getting hit. I was sending her some code for the player that goes on the front page, and she really fixed it up and made it look really cool. And it's got all the services. Got her last radio show on there. It's got videos. It looks really good.
Can I give
Is
her a
it getting
plug?
good? Is it getting good? Yeah, give her a plug.
It's Silver Buckles.
What?
That's
I
the
knew
name.
that. I love that. Obviously, she
Silver
works
Buckles.
now. Does that name work mean she works in a certain genre, or is that just the cool name she came up with and she works on anybody's stuff, or is she mainly
I just
catered?
don't know.
Yeah, but I love
I
the
don't
name.
know. But the ones I got her through accessing other equestrian
Right.
websites that
So I
were doing
imagine
very
she
well.
works in that area, silver. But
Silver Buckles.
I love that.
Isn't it
What
neat?
a great name for a
Hmm.
webmaster for her business. That's really
She
cool.
really knows what she's doing because I am not. I'm computerly declined. I'm a horse person.
Right. And if you hear us chewing on the mic tonight, here you go, Judy. We
Mm,
have little chocolate mini Easter eggs, so you might hear us chewing like we're chewing tobacco on the show,
with
but we're
nuts
really
in them.
not.
With
That's
nuts in them.
fine. I hope you're not allergic.
No, no.
So we're chewing on some candy
I
while
think
we're
that
doing the
sounded crunchy.
show, and it's probably not professional, but you know
But
what?
that's who we are.
That's who we are. And so, guys, if you're listening in tonight, Judy is their equestrian is located out in Hutto. If you're around the Austin area listening in, it's right off County Road 138, which is really old Gaddy School Road. That when
I know.
anyhow, we're still just keep talking away, Judy.
It was kind of interesting because 20 some odd years ago, I was
Yeah.
looking for a career change, and I'd always been an office poor person and never really feeling accomplished. And I started teaching writing lessons years ago because that was my main
That's what you love to
joy.
do.
And I'd had horses in my life always, and I'd realized how healing those are, not only to myself, but other people that I've known. And so this land became available, and we were kind of forced onto it. There was nothing there, but the objective was to build a really great equestrian center
You did.
focusing on education.
Right.
And we've boarded horses and trained horses and done other things to establish the financial foundation of this facility. And we still do boarding. We have 1 or 2 stalls available, and if there are some qualified um, boarders, we would be willing to give them a deal on those two.
$1 a day.
$1 a day?
No, I'm
Sounds
kidding.
good.
That's really good. That wouldn't even pay for the vitamins
Not
you put
at
in
all.
that. Right. Okay, so since you're talking about that, and we're going to get into the riding horsemanship and what you really want to push and what you're really having fun with. Beautiful, what I would call barn or stables, I guess, sporting barn, whatever you want to call it. It's ventilated. It's got coolness for the summer. It's got heat for the winter. They've got vitamin pill boxes for all the horses. They get cleaned every day. They get to run out. It's just really good. They're very top-notch facilities. Plus, she's got an area in the back where if it is raining and they want to walk the horses and get them some exercise, they've got a covered
That's correct.
area to walk the horses, which is awesome.
We do. And we
You
have a
can run
number.
them in the circle, right? Get them some exercise.
Give them exercise. Of the 120 acres, the main barn is 16 stalls,
Right.
and then we have an additional barn that has 10 more stalls. Fly spray system.
Everything.
Everything.
Clean them. You can tie them up and
You
clean them
can.
down right there inside the barn. And
We have a number of different riding type arenas. We have a dressage arena set up. We have obstacle courses. We've got
Yep.
the covered arena that partially covered anyway. That's lighted.
Right.
And it's a wonderful place to ride in the wintertime because it's partially enclosed.
And it blocks the wind.
And it blocks the wind. And we also have that 120 acres that we can
the
ride
horses
on.
go roam on, and which we're going to talk about tonight. You always
Right.
see them out there being switched between different fenced areas, right? Depending on how much of the hay and the grass and
That's correct.
stuff they eat. So you keep it. And I think I even did a. Didn't I stand on the roof out there? I did
You
stand on the roof, and I
did.
shot a
You
360-degree
did.
video from your roof. I got up there on a tractor.
That's called herding on the roof.
Herding on the roof. That's
I've
fiddler
heard of
on the
fiddler
roof.
on the roof,
Ah,
but it
very
was
good.
herding on the
Almost got me on
It
that one.
gotcha.
That's good. All right. So, people that one of the things that you just found out was really successful was recently you did a riding horsemanship clinic.
We did.
And I was going to tell you a funny story. I haven't told you this yet, but I hope Joe's listening because
He better. He'll
we're
be in
gonna get him.
trouble.
We're gonna get him. He gave me about 16 video clips he shot on his iPhone.
Right.
Right. It would have been a lot longer, except the last 10
Oh dear.
were upside down.
Oh no.
So he shot 5 of them, and that's the ones I put together. The rest were upside down.
Well, it just goes to show you can ride a horse any which way.
Right, and they looked really cool that people could actually defy gravity and walk upside down and sit upside down on the horse, but I couldn't do anything about that. But yeah, that's funny. We still got a good video out of it, and it showed, it's up on your channel. It showed people riding around. So tell me a little bit about, you kind of got enlightened. We met about 2-3 weeks ago, right? You said, Herdy, I kind of found the direction I really want to go with this, and this is where I want to focus my marketing from here on out, is kind of on this aspect of it.
Right.
Okay, you call it riding horsemanship. I probably call it clinics for riders, clinics for horses. Can you describe what that is and what you're going to do? And can you first of all tell everybody, let me back up, Herdy.
Herdy on the roof.
Slow down.
So did you get
all right, I was getting ready to ask you 30 questions at once, and I don't need to. So first, let's talk about some of your awards. Let's talk about some of the associations you're in, and let's talk about some of your awards.
Okay.
Go ahead and brag. This time to brag.
Okay.
Brag.
First of all, I've been in the business a long time, so it's given me an opportunity to work hard to earn these awards. One of them is the American Quarter Horse Association Professional Woman.
Woohoo!
And you have to really qualify to be an ethical person, and to really do and follow the American Quarter Horse rules. I was able to also earn the American Paint Horse Association honor of being a professional horsewoman.
What's a paint horse?
A paint horse is a horse of color.
Okay, right. So it's spotted
It's
or it's not
spotted.
solid. Okay,
It
got it.
usually has a white base with dark skin colors that makes the hair a different color.
Gotcha.
Um, and so those are two different organizations. And in order
That's
to
awesome.
really win those awards, I had to go to different classes where I'd learn more about their rules, how they judge the additional the schools or the classes that they have, the shows that they have. I've taken a number of the judges classes so that I could become more aware of what to look for, what the judge would look for. I have never had an intention to judge. That's not my purpose. My purpose is to know enough to help others if they want to show or to ride better.
That's
Oh,
what you do.
and that's what I've done. And
Right.
I've also become involved with the Western Dressage Association of America.
What is that?
It's
Is it a type of riding
it is. Western
or training?
Dressage is a offshoot of the classical dressage that you see performed in dressage classes and so on and so forth. I have to kind of mention that the word dressage frightens everybody because it's such an ooty tooty kind of word, but
Right.
all it means is the French term for level of training.
Okay.
And I wrote an article a while back about some of the best dressage riders were the Indians. They just jumped on,
And
they
went.
used their seat and leg, and off they
Wow.
went.
And that's
And they
pretty
were
amazing.
connected.
If you've been up by a big old horse before and
It's true.
you realize how hard that
It's
is,
not easy unless you just
know what you're doing.
can sit balanced and go. And then the important part about dressage is teaching your horse how to move its body parts
So it doesn't kill you.
so that it knows, so it's educated. And I always say you can ride a horse that's broke, but riding a horse that's broken trained is a totally
Different experience. Okay,
experience
cool.
and safety level.
And so you also write, right? You do writing.
I do.
And you recently got an award from somebody. Who was that from?
Oh gosh, this is way cool. It was unexpected.
Isn't that awesome?
I had joined the American professional, lost it. The Professional Women of America.
Right.
It's a national association, and it puts professional women together to network. And so I wanted to network more with the ladies in my area, and
Right.
so I applied for membership with this National Association of Professional Women.
Wow.
And in order to be accepted by that group, you have to send them your resume.
Awesome.
And I did.
Got
And
accepted.
much to my surprise, not only did I get accepted, but they had a special meeting of their board of elections to look at my resume. And because I've had so many different things in my life where I've been an EMT, I've been a lot of other things, worked as a commissioner in the fire department for 6 years. I've been involved with the Huddle Leadership Program. And so they looked at that resume, and a lady from New York called me and said, we held a special meeting, and we have awarded you the Professional VIP Woman of the Year Award.
Wow.
And I nearly fell over.
Wow.
I just went, wow. And then one day, as I'd gotten the mail, I got this box, and it looked like a box of checks. You know those big old checks that you get
Yeah,
in
the
car?
big old business check notebook and everything.
Yeah,
And
and
you got a box.
it was like, and I was having kind of a gloopy day anyway.
Yep.
And I opened up this box, and here's this incredibly beautiful plaque. And all I could do was sit there and grin.
That's good. Way to go. Yay,
Yeah,
Judy.
it was way cool.
All right, so let's mention your website one more time. Just give us the URL.
www.countylineequestrian.com.
And of course, we're talking to Judy Gibney tonight. And now my question for you is, what are you doing out there? You just had a clinic not too long ago.
I
The
did.
weather's been terrible, and I know you had another one scheduled for this past weekend, but you delayed it. But what was that clinic? What did you do? Because I got the videos and put it together. I saw people riding horses. I saw people going through training. What were you doing?
The purpose of that, it was primarily an educational opportunity. There's so many people out there that have horses that don't have a clue how to ride them safely. And so the first clinic I had last month was to describe to the riders what their horse was really designed to do. We looked at the musculature. We talked about the motion of the horse and how it affects the rider. And we talked about that for a long time, and we talked about how to use your rein aids to help redirect your horse's attention.
Hmm.
We also talked about what's called a half halt, where in order to rebalance your horse, you have to kind of sit down on those muscles to slow up the energy that's coming from behind, slow it up a little bit so that the horse can now become better balanced. And most people didn't understand how that affects their safety. And so we spent some time demonstrating that in the arena. Then we had lunch, and then everybody saddled up, and I had a whole series of obstacles set up in one of our areas
To let them practice with
and
them.
let them practice so that they could get a feel of how to use the rein aids and how to use their half halts to safely go over these
And
obstacles.
also train the horse how
Hmm.
to accept those obstacles so it
That's
didn't
correct.
spook them and hurt the rider.
Exactly.
So
To be patient.
I'm just thinking that with all the clinics you're getting ready to do and all the dates of clinics you got coming up, okay, so you've got all these parents out there. It's cool that, and we live in an area of Texas where horses are pretty common, right? So they buy a horse for their kids.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes, but if they do, it's kind of like a motorcycle, right? You want to bring it, you want to know what you're doing before you just hop yourself on it. So, great place to bring their kids if they want to learn to ride horses, and that can be any time with you, right? You do
It
individual
can,
training,
but I
and
accept. I like to teach students that are 8 years old and up.
right, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
because at 8 years old they listen, and each student gets
Makes sense.
maybe
They listen.
they get a skill sheet book,
Okay,
and step by step they're brought through horsemanship from the very beginning: how to groom your horse, how to handle your horse, how
sure.
to properly saddle it, how to handle it in your hand before you ever get on. And there's every time they have a new lesson, they get a new skill sheet, and then they work on that for a certain period of time until they feel accomplished with that. So instead of giving stars and ice cream sandwiches, they get the next skill level challenge.
Right, for with the training.
Right.
But my point was, they just need to they have to learn how to ride these horses correctly and understand that a horse is something that is an animal. It has its own instincts, right? It has its own things it knows what to do with itself, run, flee, fright, whatever. And if it gets scared of something, you want to make sure it's trained to understand what it's going through. I thought
That's
the
right.
weirdest thing I ever saw you do out there was walk on a horse. You know, like you I'm going to tell you all how to picture this. Imagine you're in a car wash and you got those stringy things hanging down that drag
Yes.
across the car, right?
Yes.
Well, you walk horses through that.
That's correct.
And does that emulate branches on trees or just putting them in something to kind of not freak out? Like if they were running and went to hit something, I mean, that was cool. The horses, the first one didn't really want to go through that, and then finally he did. So what that spooks them, right? And if somebody's riding them,
That's right.
they could throw them off or whatever, right? Or just not go through.
That's and they're all of these obstacles are meant to help the horse not be afraid of these things.
Right.
And so that's the whole purpose. And
So
if you're out on the trail, for
you
example,
don't want anything.
uh-uh.
Yeah, you're right.
And so
Gotcha.
again, there's a difference between a broke horse and a broken trained horse. So you teach these horses, you desensitize them with things that they know instinctively not to be fearful of
Because they've been through it.
because they've
And
been
that's
through it.
walking over the wooden bridges that
That's
you've
right.
got out there. It's
That's
going
right.
through things, around things
That's right.
that are indifferent to them, right?
That's correct.
That's awesome.
And it's kind of interesting because yes, with the amount of horses there are in Texas, there used to be a lot of shows, and the economy got bad, and so we lost a lot of horses. People couldn't afford to show them anymore, and they
Right.
were being
Yeah.
abandoned or sold to the killer
Uh,
buyers. And so now things have changed, but now what's happened is that a lot of people don't want to show because all you get is a ribbon. They
yes,
want something different.
they want to be able to enjoy it.
They do, and they want to be able to go on trail rides with their friends and enjoy a day, go on a picnic, be able to take their horse across a pond or whatever. And so that's a lot more enjoyable for the most part because most people don't have horses that are bred to show.
And I didn't ask you this last show. So you're working with people in these clinics. Is there places in Texas where there's actual trails that are just designed for horse rides?
Hmm.
Are they around here?
Hmm.
Really?
There are a number of state parks that are,
that have horse trails.
yeah,
That's awesome.
it's way cool. We didn't used to have as many, but um,
Well, we are in
due to
Texas. We
demand,
should have horse.
I
We
know,
should have horse lanes by the highways.
like they do in Bandera.
Because yeah, like they do down, well, in Bandera's in the middle of nowhere. So you could probably walk a horse in the middle of the road in Bandera,
They
right?
do. They ride them through the town.
That's what I'm saying. I
It's
mean,
awesome.
if we're talking about a town southwest of San Antonio.
Right.
Bandera is kind of out in the middle of nowhere. There's a great honky tonk bar there if you've never been to it.
Yeah, it's
One, and
great.
there
It's great.
and then you see houses scattered every 10 miles apart,
Mhm.
and you live in the middle of nowhere. But it's cowboy country.
It is definitely
It
cowboy
you see a
country.
lot of ranches with the horses, cows, everything, that's what we're talking about.
It is,
We're
and
in
Bandera
Texas
State Park is one of the places that you
that you can do the ride.
do the rides, and
So train your horse.
and the whole purpose is if you're going to do that, you should have taken some time to help your horse understand, because once they get frightened of something, they
They're
never
done.
forget
They're
it.
done.
You
No.
can't use them for that ever again.
And that makes because they just will back off and they won't
And
go.
they say, I'm not doing that anymore,
And they
because
won't.
they won't. You can't make them.
Right.
So what my intention is right now is to help people educate their horses how to be safer, how to be easier rides, and most importantly, the dressage for the Western horse technique comes in where if you're going around, let's say, a bunch of rocks, your horse has to be able to bend his body around them because he can't go straight over the rocks. So he has to get a little bend in his body to curve around the rocks.
Right.
And there's a certain way to train your horse to bend a little bit and traverse that in an arc, and then to be able to change
Instead
that
of just
arc.
being straight, he learns technique.
He learns how to be flexible. He learns how to be trustworthy and calm. And
Yeah.
so many people I know, and this is what kind of encouraged me to do this, they've bought horses that know nothing, and they get on them and they think, oh, I just have to get on and kick them. Well, horse is going to put you on the ground.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I
That's
mean,
what it is.
they're going to say enough. Bye bye. And I'm bigger than you.
And that's the truth. So my whole purpose is to help people learn about their horse, how to be safe with their horse, and enjoy it in a way that is not that expensive.
Yeah.
And I offered these classes at a really minimal rate,
so let's
the people could
let's
afford
talk
it.
about that, because we've kind of gotten through what you're going to do with them.
Okay.
So you have one coming up when?
The next one is March the 15th, which is a Sunday.
Okay, March 15th, and that's 2015, and today
2015.
is the 12th, so that's coming up this weekend.
It is.
That's awesome. And what's this one going to be about? What are we doing?
This will be the second one in a series of 6.
And I know you had a bunch of people at the first one.
We did, and I was really tickled that we had 13 riders.
That's awesome.
And usually these things only bring you 5. And it's my understanding that a lot of those riders are coming back to this one, plus bringing a few more.
And they should. And you know what? You put it out on video. You put it out on your Facebook. You got a lot of people. I saw all the comments. A lot of people were signing up as soon as you posted it, right?
Right.
And people want to make sure, and they bring their own horses. You had a ton of trailers there. Looked like y'all have a convention out there. All the horse trailers were pulled up out there. Now,
I like it.
Now all we have to do, Judy, is one of these clinics is come in with some annual barbecue event to surround it. Have some cookers come out, set up, and cook the brisket all day. Have a big feast at the end of the day under the lights, right?
Yeah. Well, and there gets to be enough people.
I'm serious. You just start building it, right? Get a couple of barbecue people out there. Tell them, that'd be awesome.
That would be cool. And the thing about
it's Texas
is that this one is sponsored by County Line.
Right.
Now, topic shifting a little bit more. I've joined this American Association of American Competitive Trail Horse Association. Okay.
Right.
It's a national association, and they host trail rides all over
Do they want to
the
sponsor?
country. And we will be having several of those this year.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Now, to differentiate, some of the trail classes or trail experiences are held in actual state parks.
Yeah,
Okay?
where you go and because they're riding trails and that's where they want you to go. Okay,
Right.
got it.
But this is called the Arena Obstacle Challenge, which I can have at my place.
Because you've got the arena.
Right. So it's eight obstacles, two judges, and it's an amazing opportunity. We're starting out with a 1 day opportunity to see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the year, well, around September, and I'm jumping ahead a little bit because my brain is going 1,000 miles a minute. I have a
Okay.
friend that has
It's kitchen table talk.
retinitis pigmentosus.
Okay. Big word.
Big word.
Big 2 words.
And there's hardly any treatment for it. So in September, I want to be able to host through the American Competitive Trail Horse Association a full-time 3 day trail ride um, at the Nails Creek.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now the purpose of that is a ride for the cure. Now through ACTA, because they're a national group, they're going to try to help me make this a national event for that day.
Awesome.
And so that's what I'm working towards. So they're the real reasonable
Mm-hmm.
offered by County Line. They're only $15 a day plus $10 for lunch. And the
Bring
reason,
your horse.
bring a horse.
Bring your horse.
And the whole purpose of that is that I want to make it inexpensive enough that people can learn without having to go to a high-dollar trainer. Although I am a high-dollar trainer, I can afford to do this.
If you have a couple of people a bunch of people sign up.
Right.
But you should sponsor that too. We should get you a sponsor.
We can do that. I'll
We
work
should
on
work
that.
on that. We'll work on that together.
But the other thing is that the first
Okay,
ACTA,
how many of these do you have? And are because you got some March 15th, and this show, will go beyond that date, right? Once the 15th passed. So you have these scheduled throughout the year, right?
I do. The next one.
And you'll be posting this on your Facebook. You'll be posting this on your
I
Google
will.
Plus. You'll be posting this. We'll have videos on YouTube, and so that's awesome. So you're going to be doing them March, April,
right in the
May.
March.
Now, what do you do in the middle of summer in July and
we'll
August
get
when
to
it's
that.
really hot? Okay.
If we look at the third County Line riding opportunity, is going to be April the 19th, which is a Sunday.
All right.
I'll go over mine first, and then I'll go over the ACTA ones because
All
I still have to work on those. In May,
and that's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday.
Right. Okay.
And it would be May the 3rd.
That's awesome. Okay.
And then in June, we're going to skip that one in June because it's so hot.
Right. And probably July too, right?
Well, in July, if we get it started early enough.
That's what I was going to say. If you do it like early in the morning and then break for lunch and be done for that day, because you can start right at daylight and all that. Hey, while you're looking at, was it the 5th?
July the 5th.
Cool. Okay.
And each one of these is going to have a theme.
So that's 4th of July weekend. So that might be a good weekend to do that.
Yeah. And each one is a theme.
That's all. And what theme would that be? Like
Independence
freedom and
Day.
Independence? Okay, got it.
And in August, it will be...
God, this year's flying.
I know. I'm looking at... I haven't verified this, but August the 9th.
Right. And then you'll go back and you'll be posting, and if everybody's listening on this tonight and say March 15th goes by, which it will this weekend, understand that she posts all these on her Facebook page. And if you go and look up County Line,
it'll be under events too,
equestrian and the Facebook events, you will find she's got a group page that was built that you've got events you put on there. So just go look up County Line Equestrian or Judy Gibney, GIB NEY. But
to differentiate, it's important because of the cost factor.
Right. Oh, it's huge. I mean, $15 just bring your own horse?
That's right. But the ACTA ones are more expensive because that's an organization.
Well, that's because you're going out. Yeah, I got that.
But because a lot of the funds that I get at ACTA goes to a cause, a charity.
That's fine.
So there'll be either County Line.
They'll be charged more so money could go at it. Right.
Right. Or ACTA. And so there'll be a differentiate to what? Differentiate? Is that the word?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll be on there, whether it's a County Line sponsored or whether it's an ACTA sponsored.
Right. And so but your personal clinics that you're teaching at
Yes.
your place that you're
Right.
doing, if somebody's interested in sponsoring, they can contact you from the show at the website,
They
right?
can. They can.
And if, especially if they're like saddle sellers or if they sell stuff that
Sure.
if they do, it could be even veterinarian.
Yeah, they could.
I mean, somebody, a couple $100.
Hmm. We'll work on that for
Yeah,
sure.
we'll work on that. But
But the
that's it.
AXA things
I'm putting it out there right
this
now
is
because
good.
let people hear it and then decide. Right? They can
That's
call you
good.
anytime.
But the AXA thing always starts from as an instruction from me, so that they know how to go about
Right.
going through these obstacles safely. So I am the main instructor for both of those. It just matters the
Okay.
cost and the ACT the ones that goes to a different charity. And my charity will be to ride for the
Hardy Burke.
cure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you eating too much chocolate?
No, I can eat chocolate all day. Okay, so what we haven't discussed yet is this Sunday is March the 15th.
Yes, sir.
What time do the trailers pull into your place, and what time does it finish?
That's a good question.
Thank you. That's my job.
That's your job. We like to have people drive in and get established around 8:30 in the morning,
That's awesome.
and 9 o'clock will be registration. And we're open for people to practice until 5. But sometimes people are tired and they want to go home early, but they can. But the morning part, we'll have a meet and greet. They'll get to meet other people.
Do a little networking.
Networking. I have given them a folder with question and answer sheets on
That's
it.
awesome. So you can review those and let them to have some homework and some
Right.
stuff to take with them, some
Right.
spreadsheets.
And
Okay.
so after that, we go over some of the things we're going to cover that day.
Right.
And then we break for lunch. And this time it's an Irish theme, so we're going to have Irish potato soup and salad and soda bread and kind of
Do you
fun
make
Irish
that?
things. Yes.
And I would say this, if you're a cooker and you want to show up and cook some barbecue out there for this event, they would love you.
I would love that.
That Irish, what's it? What do you
Irish
make?
soda bread.
That just sounds good. Do you hand make that?
No.
You buy it.
Yeah.
And then you have salad and
But I
light
make
stuff
the
because
but
you're
I make
riding.
the soup.
Right.
Yeah. But it's
But I like
amazing.
New York ribs too. So,
I do too.
I mean, someone
I
could
do
come out and bring
too.
a brisket, bring a cooker, and cook.
Yeah. The interesting thing is that the AXA thing will probably bring more riders, and that would be more inviting to a barbecue, because I do need somebody that will take care of that part of it. The AXA things usually bring about 30 to 40 people,
Mm-hmm.
where mine bring about maybe 15 to 16, maybe 17. So the AXA things would be the best opportunity to get their wares out.
Gotcha. That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's been a great year. In years past, we've had some setbacks, but this year the Lord is saying, "Go for it, girl." And
Yeah, and you decided that the boarding thing was important, but it didn't need to be the main thrust, right?
right,
Because and now that you're getting back into what you like to do, which is the training and the riding and the clinics, you are unlimited on how many of these you can run. You might
right.
come up with some different clinics. I know that you're taking me through filming
Hmm.
the pyramid of training,
Yeah.
the six stage steps, and we finished the first one. We'll probably do the next one here next week or sometime
Let's
when you
hope
get
so.
with to settle it. We are,
I
and
haven't had that horse.
right,
in
but
the round
I'm saying once you get through some of these clinics and stuff, we'll be building that 6-part series. So you're
Exactly.
involved in not only the clinics, but you're also showing people videos of techniques with how to calm horses, how to tell if they're calm,
Hmm.
showing how to, which is really cool. So y'all need to hang around with Judy if you have a horse.
Well, I've worked really
And you
hard
know
for these
everybody
honors,
here too. Everybody knows you in Hutto.
and I just love that. I do. And I have to tell you kind of a side note. When I was watching all those riders and all those trailers
Hmm.
back last month, I looked and I said to my husband, Joe, this is the first time I can actually see the county line as being used for what I designed it for.
Right, I agree.
And it
Because
was
you got
amazing.
a covered riding area that has, by the way, it's not like it's fenced in and the horses are running on rock.
Right.
It's got a real nice sand-based court all the way through it, so it's good on the horses. They don't
Hmm.
have to worry about stumbling or tripping. It's
Right.
got the part that's underneath the roof is great if you have a rainy day, or if they can't get out for a while,
Right.
they can be running circles inside there, and they won't
We
get
call that
cold.
exercise.
Right. I know, but my point is it's
uh,
good for a horse. You know, it's good for it to run and get some exercise and get a little panty.
hmm
And I'll tell you, they and the big property out there is huge. You know, you guys are gonna enjoy this. So, how many clinics you think you're gonna do this year? You don't know yet, do you? You're gonna
well,
you might have a demand for kids to come out from
I will
school.
be due another one if
What
they
about
want.
kids from schools? Do you teach kids when they come out? You don't necessarily put them through the riding because they don't get on a horse, but you teach them life skills based on horse training, right? You do some pretty cool things with
It
coaching
depends on
kids,
it depends on the purpose of it.
right?
You
But
know,
I
they
mean, you
have
do
to.
do that, right? You
The
do,
whole purpose of what
right?
I'm doing is teaching a life skill,
Right, by using horses.
using them as the tools.
That's amazing.
And it's interesting. Not next week, but the week after that, we're having a group of people from um, an assisted living coming out.
Coming out.
There are going to be about 10 of them, and from the Heather Wild or the Pflugerville Care Center,
That's awesome.
so that they can have a different sense of their confinement
And get out,
and get out.
you know, and also you've worked with veterans,
hmm I have.
which is really cool.
I have.
And you got all these awards, and you're a writer.
Uh, my life has been very
It's been very
gifted
busy and good.
and very blessed.
Yes, very
Um,
blessed.
and again, we've been building up to this plateau for 21 years.
Right. Isn't that amazing how long it takes to build something really good?
But you look back on it and you think, there are times that I wanted to throw in the towel.
Everybody does.
And there are
Right.
times that I've gone into the house, just cried myself to sleep,
Yep.
saying, Judy, what are you doing?
We're not going to make it. I
And
get
I'm
it.
not going to make it. And then something would happen. The Lord would throw something different in my face.
Mm-hmm.
And I can honestly tell you that the Lord put me there to put me through my paces
Right.
to make this opportunity available to others.
It made you wiser.
Oh, yes.
And because the growth helps you become wiser in your decision making, right? And
hmm
it's led to the path now where I have a very clear focus on what I want to do.
I do now.
So if I were asked you uh, in 20 words to tell me what your ideal mission statement is for your county line, what would it be? What's your mission statement? I'm going to put you on the spot. Helping people through horses?
No,
Helping.
actually helping horses through educating people to respect and honor the nobility of the horse.
Very good. That's awesome. You should
Thank
write
you.
that down and put that on a 3x5 card.
I should.
And we'll
I
remember that,
should.
though,
I will
okay?
try to remember.
Write that down on your calendar while we're talking. All right, so while you're writing that down, or if you can't remember it exactly, you'll come to it.
I'll
But
listen to it. I'll hear myself.
right,
And I
you'll
go,
hear
that's
it.
what I
That's right,
said.
and that's right, because we have an archive show here.
Yep.
All right, so your website again for those listeners that have come in late or been listening to the whole show. We want to remind them to go check out your website.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Right.
It's the new refined site, and it's way cool. And it was done by Silver Buckles, and they're amazing. You should communicate with them because they work really well with
I
you.
do.
They're good. And it's www.countylineequestrian.com.
Real simple.
It's really simple.
3 words.
And we update it. And I don't do that. My web designer does
No, you
that.
don't do that, Judy.
I mess up things.
You leave it alone,
I don't
okay?
touch it.
And I'll tell you, though, you've been good on Facebook. And you do have a Facebook page under your name,
I
which
do.
is your personal, but you have a County Line Equestrian
Right.
that they can go look up, but it's the one in Hutto, right? And then you have a group page.
I do.
And the group page where you post your events, what's the name of the group page? Do you remember off the top of your head?
I have several.
I know, but you've got one you do a lot of posting on that was just built,
Dressage
right?
for the Western horse.
It might
That's
be.
one.
Okay.
One of my friends put one on, and it was County Line Ranch.
Do me a favor. Not tonight, but the next couple of days, we're just letting our listeners know. Tell them to go to your County Line equestrian page.
Hmm.
And what you need to do is go in and link all your groups in there. Just post the link so they can go right from that page to that other page.
Will you
Click it.
come and show
Yes,
me?
I'm gonna do that.
Because
What I'm
anytime
telling
I touch anything
Yeah.
electrical, it shorts
What
out.
I'm going to do is come over there and show you how to get those group pages linked into your business page
That would
so
be
that
good.
they can go out to it from there without having to look all over, and they
I'd
can
like
like
that.
that page and offer to be join that group, right?
I like
We'll
that.
do that for you.
Again, I'm a horse person,
Right.
and my whole genre has been communicating and using these horses as educational tools. But you put a computer in my hands, and it freaks out. It just says, "Don't touch me." I can touch a light bulb and it'll burn out.
You do fairly well.
I'm trying. I've got a good
You
teacher.
got well, you need to work, you're working on your business, not in it. If you spend all your time working in it, not doing what you do, I may have said that backwards, but I think I'm making a point.
Hmm.
You want to be working on the tasks that help the cash register ring, that keep the place going. Your
Exactly.
skills are not on the social side. You're learning, you know enough, and you could keep up with it, but that's why we're helping you out with that side of it because you got horses to take care. I get out there in the morning when I come, and there people running around the barn. Horses are being let out, let in. They're being cleaned. They're out eating in the fields. The hay's being brought around. The tractor's being driven. The donkey's neighing at me. The cow wants to come over and kick me.
That's Betsy, if you
That's
please.
Betsy. We're good.
And Dudley the donkey.
And we're good. And
Yeah.
now we have sunshine. By the way, there is
Yay.
sun.
Yes.
I actually saw it today.
Oh, well, it must
Do you
have
know
been
it's
very
been
brief.
19 days here in Austin since the sun's come out?
You know what?
Think about that.
I don't like to think about that.
That's
It
tough.
makes
I
me
love the
sad.
sun.
I
I
do
love the
too.
sun.
But this weekend, with this
The
upcoming
15th.
thing, is going to be amazing. The weather's going to be great. The lunch is going to be great.
You're going to have probably 10, 11 people.
Probably more
More
than
than that,
that.
probably 20 or something.
I ended up adding. I put in a letter to everybody today confirming,
Okay.
and we've added a few more people that wanted to
Get your horse in your trailer and show up.
show up.
And show up.
And we have so much fun.
I know you
There's
do.
a
You
lot of
could tell
laughing.
people are laughing. The kids were playing.
Yeah,
They're having fun.
we have a good place. It's family friendly.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun, and we don't allow drama.
No, and you go out there won't be drama.
Mm-mm. It's peaceful.
It's peaceful.
I must have peace.
It's peaceful on the roof too. Just wanted to let you know that.
I have to tell you a couple of this is a little story, but from our rooftop we can see the fireworks
Oh, I was going to say, can
everywhere.
you not see them from every part of? You
We
can see them
can.
to Del Diamond.
Yep.
You can see them from Hutto. You can see them from Round Rock. That's what you should do. You should invite next year, have some barbecuers come out, invite about 50 or 60 of your best friends or friends to
Yep.
come out and sit their lounge chairs and watch fireworks from all directions and have barbecue.
That's a good idea.
Do it.
I'll
Write it
work
up.
on it.
Because you got
can
a
do
horse.
it.
Because you got a clinic the day after.
We can do that.
You should invite
sure
people out,
could.
man. That'd be fun. I'd come out for that. Sit
Well,
on my
well,
lounge chair,
yeah.
get attacked by mosquitoes. I'd love that.
But one year we all got up there, and there were about 4 of us, maybe 5.
Right.
And we brought a big old blanket up there in our cooler, and we had a picnic up there, and we sat there in the cool of the evening watching fireworks
Oh,
all
yeah.
over the place. 'Cause
And
I
people
could
shooting
see
off their
forever.
individual, too. So
Yeah.
all night long you had that.
Yeah, but of
That's
course
cool.
we can't do too much of that. The
Well,
liability.
you got the horses, too.
The horses usually
Do they
stay
get
in.
spooked pretty bad on that stuff, or are they pretty
Not
calm?
anymore.
Not like they used to? Okay.
No,
Because that would be my only big fear is you'd have to deal with them. The
our
people.
horses the ones that we have out there
They're
have been
good.
desensitized.
Yep.
Nothing, well, relatively nothing bothers them because they go through this training all the time. Every
awesome.
single day that we handle them, they have to do something for their feed. Whether
Cool.
it's go over a bridge or whether it's open a gate or whether it's back into a stall or whatever it is, they're being educated and handled every single day so they don't forget.
Right.
That makes them safe and that makes them happy.
So I'm going to encourage you guys to go visit their website.
www.countylineequestrian
Right.
by Silver
.com.
Buckles.
Right, and it's going to be linked on this custom player. It'll be on YouTube, but also be on a custom player. I want to thank Judy And I also want to thank Round Rock Home Inspections for being the sponsors on Thursday night. We're going to be creating another group for the Thursday night page. We've got the Tuesday night and the Thursday night, and I'm going to create two separate groups because it's going to be two separate types of content. So it's really cool. And Judy, your clinic, just remind everybody, is coming up this March 15th. That's 2015. So if this stays up as an archive, there's great information on it. But she's going to have clinics throughout the summer, every month. So pay attention to Facebook, pay attention to her Google Plus page. You can locate her. There's a link on her Google Plus, and I'll put a link on your Facebook page. Matter of fact, I'll put a link in the custom player when we put it on your Facebook, that'll go straight to your YouTube channel.
Okay.
So you can check out our videos and stuff too.
That's
Okay?
good. That's
so
good.
Any final thoughts?
I just want to thank you, Herdy, for giving me this
Yep.
opportunity to
Yep.
reach all these folks, because what we have to offer is different than any other small business.
Yeah, it is.
And it's hard to explain to people what it really is. You have to come out and see
That's
for
what I'm saying.
yourself.
Come visit and come check it out, and come to at least even as a visitor that wants to watch, and see what happens, and it's kind of cool.
We do always invite people, and before they take lessons or whatever, I invite them to come out and visit with us to see if
Yeah.
we're a fit.
And the boarding thing too.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a horse and you go out of town for a couple of weeks and you need taken care of, it'll be in good hands, I assure you. I know their staff, and I've seen the people that are their helpers out there. They're really good, and they get it.
They do, and we don't hire people that don't know what they're doing.
No, you can't.
No.
Not in that business, right?
So I appreciate so much this opportunity, Herdy, and I'm looking forward to working with you again soon.
Well, we are connected at the hip when it for the marketing part of your company. We're diving into, we're getting you out of the quicksand
That's true.
into the social arena, and we're slowly getting pieces of it put together. We knew it would take time. We've got the video part really going. We got the Facebook part going. We've got the Google going. Now we need to work some on LinkedIn and some other things. But the goal is to get it branded really well in the Austin area and let people know that you guys exist out there. There's lots of horses and lots of places for horses in Texas, but not as good as this one.
Do I have to have time to mention one little thing?
Yeah,
too?
of course.
I'm seeing a lot of horses that are coming to people that are rescue horses.
Yes.
And I'd like to address that for a moment.
Okay.
You may get a horse for $200, or you may adopt a rescue horse. But I want to encourage you that before you do that, you understand that these horses know nothing, usually, or they've been abused by somebody else.
Just like your animals you rescue, right?
Totally. And so their way of learning is different. And if you don't know what you're doing with a horse like that,
Be in trouble.
You're in trouble. And that's where horses get recycled into the re-rescue again. People buy them or get them, and they don't know what they're doing, and then the horse acts badly, and the people don't have the skill set.
So how would somebody know that? Would they get with you and you go with them to inspect the horse at that rescue facility, or would they bring them to you and have you check it out? How would you help them with that? Would that be a helping thing, or do you care? That's a lot of your time.
Well, it sort of depends on the individual.
You're just saying be careful. They can call you.
They can call me. I'd be happy to give advice. And if they want to pay me to go out and take a look at the horse,
That's what I'm saying.
You
can do like a auto repair garage that says, I'll look at this car before you buy it, make sure it's in tip-top shape, make sure there's no health issues. I'll charge you a fee, but I'll go make sure it's an A-OK.
Exactly, because before you buy a horse, you have to understand it's easier to buy one than it is to sell an inferior one that's dangerous. And then so people say,
and if you're not going to ride one and just want one because you want to save its life and put it out, that's fine.
That's
they like that. That's a different thing, and they like to roam around and do their thing. They got a chance at life, so there's nothing wrong with that either.
But you still need to know how to handle them right.
Right, just because you got to feed them and you've got to take them to the vet.
And they can take advantage of you.
You think?
I wrote an article.
Boo-boo.
You're talking about your dog.
Boo-boo.
But I wrote an article once about what's safe and sound and all around fun. It's your horse, of course, is the article. And it talks about people that get these horses and they really have no clue what to do.
I agree.
And so what happens is that they baby these horses like they would a dog. Well, now a horse will take advantage of that and will hurt you, not by on
So
purpose, but they don't know any different than to be the head of the herd. And if you are not superior,
they will take
they will
over.
take over.
So you need to show the movie on a screen out there every time you do a clinic. Y'all end the day with barbecue and city slickers.
I think you're hooked on barbecue. Are you a hungry
No,
guy
no,
today?
no. I'm just saying after you have the barbecue, everybody settle in for an outdoor city slickers to show
Yeah,
you how people treat, how
we.
people think they understand what they're doing,
Yeah,
right?
that's not a bad idea.
It's really not. It'd be fun. It goes right with the horse thing. Hey, you want to see how not to act? Let's watch City Slickers.
I got it. I got it.
That was funny
That would be
movie.
fun. That
That'd
would
be
be
fun.
fun.
People love that. Kids be sitting there. This is cool.
Yeah,
Get one of those outdoor movie theater deals
that
and
would be
set it
cool.
up and all that stuff.
That would be way cool.
All right. Well, I've enjoyed talking to you tonight.
Thank you.
Guys, thanks for listening in. This is a course that's going to be on an archive. Judy will get a copy that's on a custom player, but this will be up on the YouTube channel. But I'm going to send you your own, like we did the last time. I'm going to move the URL over from YouTube, so it's in two places, YouTube and on your own custom player. Match the colors. I'll get with your web person and send her the code, and she
Okay.
can decide where to put it on the website.
Good.
Okay.
And next time we get together, I want a refresher of how to do certain things.
Where that's you know what, in the quicksand, what I call in the quicksand,
Yeah.
we always review in the quicksand, and then we kind of move up out of it a little bit and get closer to getting out of it. But yeah,
Right.
we review new, review new, review new. That's kind of the process. Believe me.
That's a good
That's
thing.
how, and you'll go, oh yeah, I got my notes. Okay, I get it. The more you do it, repetition learning, right?
I will
You're
learn
getting
from
good at it.
you.
You're doing pretty good because I will be honest. You post as much as some people I work with. I see your post. I mean, I'm in there liking it. You're always posting something on Facebook,
I'm fine.
which is really good because that's where a lot of your friends and people are following you. And it's not generally the best place to advertise something. But once you have a group of followers that love horses, you don't care if it's 200 or 1,000. They're reading and commenting on it. That's what's cool, and they're
That's
sharing
true.
it for you. Okay.
That's true.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to Hurdy Burke Internet Broadcast Network. We are live every Tuesday night from 7 to 8 p.m. and now every Thursday night from 7 to 8 p.m. So if you are and the reason I brought you on is because I call you the horse coach when I talk to people.
Oh, cool. Love
The new title of the Thursday night show, the theme is going to be a new way to think. And so I'm going to be bringing on coaches, personal development, business growth coaches, and the whole Thursday night is going to be
Excellent.
about the training and the coaching. And since you coach people through horsing,
it.
horsemanship,
Yeah, got it.
horsing,
Yeah.
horsing around, horsemanship, it's Judy does an amazing thing in that she really does work. She trains the people and the horses at the same time. She just doesn't tell you she's training you. She's acting like she's training the horses.
You're giving my secret away.
I know, but
Shame on
that's
you.
why I brought you on Thursday night is because you are doing both. You're showing people how to respect the horse, and you're showing the horse how to respect the person, and in between that, you're working both sides of the fence.
Thank you.
Right, and that's a good thing. And you got all these awards, and you've got all these writing, and you've got all this stuff. And what's really cool is you just got to go out and sit in her office in July. I'm picturing this in her little barn office with that wall air conditioning on, with
Yeah.
all the saddles on the wall and all the newspaper articles and all the awards, sitting in her little office, stacked up with folders and paperwork and horses and people walking by. You'll feel like you're in that world.
And that's
pretty
what
cool.
we hope, that
It's
people
eclectic.
will feel at home.
It's eclectic.
Eclectic.
It's very nice.
And you'll hear Dudley the donkey talking. And
Yeah, oh yeah, and
Bessie.
you'll go out there. Bessie will come up and see you. The donkey will come up and see you for sure.
And we had a rooster walk in the office one day.
And the rooster come in. The lab will come in. It's just and here's the funny thing: I can drive 8 miles from my place and feel like I'm in a different world.
Good. I'm glad.
I mean, that's how cool Texas is. You can be in the city, and then 8 miles down the road, you can be sitting out going, wow.
Yeah, life is good.
Dog wagging his tail, laying on the porch, air conditioners on, coffee's in your hand, and you're watching horses run.
a good thing.
All right, guys. Have a great evening. This has been the Hurdy Burke Internet Broadcast Network. We'll see you guys next Tuesday night around the corner from 7 to 8 p.m. Come join us right here on YouTube. Good night, everybody.
Good night. And call me if you need me.